What, Sir Danvers?
Another brutal killing in Soho. Well, they'd better catch that fellow soon, whoever he is, a blousted maniac.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde from the bookshelf of the world. Yes, another famous story from the bookshelf of the world. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. Designed for listening by the Army, Navy, and the Air Force.
Almost from the beginning of time, man has been intrigued by things he could not explain. He has constantly sought knowledge and has delved into the unknown. For the most part, this desire to learn and experiment has been good, and man has been blessed with the fruits of his own progress. But once in a while, a creature of God seeks to become greater than God. And for that man or woman, there can be only disaster. In the late 19th century, there lived in London a man called Henry Jekyll. He was a doctor, and he was admired and respected by his colleagues and his many patients, not only for his knowledge and skill in medicine and surgery, but for his many charitable acts, his kindness and goodness toward his fellow men.
Well, Henry, what do you think?
It's an emergency, Lanyon. I'll operate at once.
I suppose I needn't mention it, but they're very poor people. I doubt if they can afford...
No, Lanyon, you needn't mention it.
There's an epidemic, Henry. There's an epidemic. Sir Danvers just called me.
I'll get my coat.
Oh, Henry, it might tie you up for several days, and there's no fee. It's the orphanage.
I hadn't planned on doing anything for the next few days. Come along.
Oh, Henry, I don't know when I've enjoyed myself so much. Wasn't the music lovely?
Yes, wonderful. You better hold your cloak tightly, Elizabeth. It's a nasty night. Cabby. Can't afford to have you catching cold. Here we are. Careful with the step now. There. Will you take us to... Oh, excuse me.
Henry! Well, what in the world... Who's that man, Henry?
I'm sure I don't know, dear. I've never seen him before.
Never seen him. But you gave him your coat.
He looked as if he needed it. All right, Cabby. Let's go.
Such was the character of Dr. Henry Jekyll. Is it any wonder, then, that he enjoyed the pleasure of a large practice, the love of his fiancée, Elizabeth Carew, and the complete admiration of his closest friend and fellow physician, Dr. Hasty Lanyon?
The food's good here, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Quite good.
What say to a bottle of wine, Henry? I could do with a spot.
No, thank you.
Of course, I know you never touch spirits, but a little wine occasionally...
No wine, please.
I can't tempt you, eh? Henry, haven't you any faults?
Faults?
Well, I'm dashed if I can find any. It isn't natural for a man to be as perfect and as kind and good as you are. You know, we often discuss it at the Medical Society.
Huh?
When you're not around, of course. Old Pritchard was saying only the other day, there ought to be something that would tempt Henry Jekyll. Yes, tempt was the word he used. Oh, I suppose there's a little of the devil in all of us.
Stop it, Lanyon. Stop it.
Why, Henry, what is it, old man?
I'm not hungry. Let's go someplace where we can talk.
Talk? But we can
Not
talk...
here. I've got something to tell you, Lanyon. I've got to tell somebody.
Well, this is cozy. Nice bright fire. These rooms of yours are very pleasant, Henry.
Stop chattering, please.
Chattering? Why, I wasn't aware
Lanyon,
that
you're my closest and dearest friend. You're also a doctor. To whom better should I speak my mind?
You sound very serious, Henry.
I am serious. Terribly serious.
Well, of course, in that case, I'm sorry. I was only trying to make conversation. Please, by all means, tell me what's troubling you.
You said something a while ago, back in the restaurant. You said it isn't natural for any man to be as good as I am. You said something else. You said there's a little of the devil in all of us. You remember saying those things to me?
Oh, yes, of course, but what has that to do
You don't
with...
know how right you are, Daniel. You've no idea of the truth in those statements. It isn't natural for us to be all kindness and goodness. The devil is in all of us. Not just a little of him, but a great deal.
Henry, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about man. The good and evil within him. And why it must be so. Is that our curse? Did God create us this way so we could never approach him and truly achieve perfection? And yet it says in the Bible, man was created in his image. And why this evil within us all? Answer me that thing. Answer it if you can.
Henry, you've been working too hard. Your regular practice, your charities, you need
a rest. Yes, I thought you'd say that. It's our stock answer to our patients whenever we can't explain a thing medically. But I'm not a patient, Lanyon. I'm a doctor.
Henry, I don't quite understand.
However, you're right. You're quite correct in your diagnosis, Dr. Lanyon. I do need a rest. A rest from the sanctimonious life and hypocritical existence I lead.
Hypocritical?
You think I'm all good, kind, and generous. Well, I'm not. I'm evil, selfish, and cruel.
Henry.
There are two men in me, Lanyon. One, Dr. Henry Jekyll. Admired, respected, and loved. The other, a nameless entity as yet. Powerful and strong. He's evil, Lanyon. He's the epitome of cruelty, and I'm afraid of him. I fear and hate him. And I'm tired. I want so to be rid of him. I must rid myself of that other thing within my human hide.
Henry, this is serious, sir. Now, if you'll take my
Hyde.
advice...
Hyde? Yes, of course. A perfect name, Mr. Hyde.
Henry, listen to me.
Yes?
I can't imagine what has driven you to these insane conclusions, but I'm confident it's a simple matter of overwork. You need rest and complete relaxation. You, evil? Why, that's the most fantastic thing I've ever heard of. Why, you're the soul of all that's fine and good.
Do you know why? It's because of fear, Lanyon. Fear of doing the slightest thing, the smallest act that might whet the appetite of the monster within me. I must be rid of him, Lanyon. I must release him from my body. Then I can be truly good, truly fine, worthy of you and other friends. And Elizabeth.
Henry.
Oh, don't look at me that way, Lanyon. Please listen and try to understand. I can rid myself of evil. I know I can. I've been working for months, experimenting. It's all a matter of chemistry. Think of it, Lanyon. If my experiment works, then every man will be able to throw out his selfishness, his cruelty, his lust, deceit, and lies. I must try this, Lanyon. I will. Tonight.
Do I understand that you believe that you have discovered a chemical, a drug that will destroy the baser instincts in man?
Yes, Lanyon. Leave him pure, godlike, the way he was born.
Jekyll, you're meddling in things that you have no right to touch.
Meddling?
How do you know we're supposed to be pure and godlike in this life we live on Earth? By what right have you become an authority on men's chemistry and souls?
Souls?
There's a great plan, Jekyll. You cannot even begin to comprehend. Who is to say what that plan is? Who dares to upset the delicate balance by which we live? The law of nature, of cause and effect, of good and evil. Would you dare attempt to change the perfect plan set out for us by a force greater than we are?
But it isn't perfect, Lanyon. I would dare. I will dare.
Dr. Lanyon argued and tried to reason with his friend Henry Jekyll. And finally, after several hours, he exacted Jekyll's promise that he would abandon the experiment and go to the country for a complete rest. Only then did Lanyon leave Dr. Jekyll alone in his laboratory. But Lanyon did not know that Jekyll had no intention of keeping his promise. It was but an excuse to be left alone. left alone in the laboratory to proceed with the experiment. No sooner was he alone than he immediately went to work. He took a large graduated glass from the shelf and poured into it a variety of powders and liquids from several test tubes. The mixture hissed, bubbled, and changed color from a deep red to a dark purple, and gradually to a somber, velvety green. Dr. Henry Jekyll picked up the glass and held it to the light. Small beads of perspiration stood out on his forehead. The hand that held the glass felt clammy and cold. He closed his eyes and his lips moved, silently at first. Then, good and evil chained together until now. Slowly he brought the glass to his lips. His hand trembled, then steadied as he tilted his head and drank. The empty glass fell from his nerveless fingers and shattered. He staggered, clutched at his throat, and fell to his knees, gasping for breath. The room whirled about him in dizzy spirals, and his brain seemed to be on fire. The skin on his face became dark and mottled. The features melted and altered. His hands became covered with a thick mat of coarse black hair. Then, gradually, the spasm subsided, and the figure that had been Dr. Henry Jekyll raised itself from the floor and walked slowly to the mirror. For a moment, it stared at the reflection, and then...
Henry.
Good evening, Elizabeth.
Henry. Oh, it's good to see you. We've been so worried. Come in. Do come in.
Thank you.
Let's go into the study, shall we?
Yes, I can stay only a moment. I want to talk with you.
We can be alone here. Father's having some sort of meeting in the living room. Let me take your things.
Oh, thank you.
My, what an unusual stick.
Oh, the stick? Yes, it is a bit unusual. Fine old piece.
I don't believe I've ever seen it before.
Dr. Lanyon gave it to me a few years ago.
Very lovely. Sit down, Henry. We've been wondering about you these past weeks. Working hard?
Yes, I've been working very hard.
Henry, well, perhaps I shouldn't mention it, but you're not looking well. Not at all like yourself. I thought perhaps you might have gone away for a rest. Father met Dr. Lanyon the other day, and he said...
Lanyon's a fool.
Henry, I thought Dr. Lanyon was your best friend.
Elizabeth, I didn't come here tonight to discuss Lanyon or your father. I must tell you something.
Yes, Henry?
I want to be released from our engagement.
Oh.
I assure you it's for your own good. I've thought about it a long time. I wouldn't be a very good husband, Elizabeth. I'm too concerned with my work. It just wouldn't work out, that's all.
Well, that doesn't leave me very much to say, does it, Henry?
No, I suppose not. But believe me, Elizabeth, it's much better this way.
Good night. Yes, I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Oh, so it's you, Jekyll. You've been wondering what happened to you.
Hello, Sir Dennis. I only dropped in to... Well, that is, if you'll excuse me, I have a call to make. Patient very ill. Excuse me. Don't trouble to show me out. I can find a way. Here's my hat and coat. Good evening, Elizabeth. Sir Danvers.
Well, I'm dashed. What's got into the fella?
Henry and I have just broken our engagement.
Oh, no wonder he was in such a hurry to leave. Look there now. He's left his stick behind. An unusual piece.
Yes. He said it was a gift from Dr. Lanyon.
Really? Well, I'll send it along to Lanyon in the morning. He can return it to the fella. I think it would be best if we had nothing further to do with him.
Yes, I suppose it would.
So Dr. Jekyll broke his engagement with Elizabeth and cut himself off from his friends and associates. He sent letters to the hospital and his friend Dr. Lanyon saying that he was taking a trip to the country for a rest. But by some strange coincidence, the very day Dr. Jekyll went away for his rest, a terrible crime wave broke out in London.
No. Scotland Yard has nothing to say at this time.
I say, Lanyon, have you seen this?
What, Sir Danvers?
Another brutal killing in Soho. Old lady clubbed to death. Police think it was done with a cane. Well, they'd better catch that fellow soon, whoever he is. Blasted maniac.
Then, as suddenly as it started, the crime wave stopped. And the next day, Dr. Jekyll appeared in his office at the hospital. Shortly before lunchtime, Dr. Lanyon paid him a visit.
Well, welcome home, Henry.
Oh, hello, Lanyon.
I can't say the trip helped much. You're looking thinner than ever.
Well, I exercised a great deal.
Well, that should have helped. Where'd you go, anyway?
Oh, to the beach.
The beach? This time of year? It must have been freezing.
Well, I thought the salt air would be good for me.
Well, that's true. Well, it's almost lunchtime. How about joining me?
No, I'm not hungry. Besides, I've much to do. My work.
Oh, that's your trouble. You're not eating enough. Now, come along now. I'll have no nonsense. Henry.
Yes?
Sir Danvers tells me you've broken off with Elizabeth.
Yes.
Mind telling me why?
Well, I decided it wouldn't work out.
But you were so in love with each other. What is it, Henry? You're not still thinking about that theory of yours?
No. I haven't thought about that since the night you were there. I gave you my promise, didn't I?
Yes. Well, I must say I think you've made a mistake. Elizabeth's a fine girl. You need a wife, Henry.
I'm afraid I can't agree with you.
Henry! Henry, what is it?
I am quite all right now. I must have swallowed something the wrong way.
Are you sure you're all right?
Yes.
Well, just for a moment there, I thought...
Yes? Yes, Lanyon? What did you think?
Nothing. But to get back to Elizabeth...
I'd rather not talk about Elizabeth. Excuse me.
Henry, wait!
Henry Jekyll fled from the restaurant like a man possessed. And possessed he was. He hailed a cab and gave instructions to drive with all speed to his home. But as he slunk back into the privacy and shadows of the cab, he was horrified to see that he was turning back into his second self. The evil being from whom he had tried to rid himself with a new drug was now taking possession of his body without the drug. Henry Jekyll had not rid himself of Mr. Hyde, as he had chosen to call him, but had only succeeded in upsetting a delicate balance wheel. He had lost all his control, all conscience. All the good that was naturally his by birth had disappeared. His chemical had destroyed Dr. Jekyll and left Mr. Hyde. He called to the cab driver.
Stop!
The man did as ordered and turned to receive his fare from Dr. Jekyll, but instead he perceived the figure and face of Mr. Hyde. Like a hunted thing, the released monster alighted from the cab and ran to shelter and safety, and waited until nightfall when darkness made it safer to roam the streets. Later that evening, Dr. Lanyon received a letter delivered by a messenger to his home. He hastily broke the seal and read,
Dear Lanyon, you are my oldest and dearest friend. If you value our friendship and wish to save me from myself, go to my laboratory at once. I dare not go myself. Break the door down if necessary, for I have locked it and destroyed the key. Obtain the fourth drawer on the bottom tier of my work chest. Bring it, together with its contents, to your home and wait for a man who will call for it. His name is Edward Hyde. He will be there exactly at midnight. Give him the drawer to do with as he wishes. Ask no questions and accept the everlasting gratitude of your unfortunate friend, Henry Jekyll.
Dr. Lanyon did as requested. He obtained the drawer and sat with it in his study, waiting for the appearance of Mr. Hyde as the clock struck 12.
Yes?
Good evening, Dr. Lanyon.
Mr. Hyde,
Yes.
come in.
You have the drawer, the chemicals.
Yes, I have them. But
Give
first...
them to me. All here? Yes. Good. Have you a graduated glass?
Yes.
Give it to me.
Yeah, here you are. Here now. What are you doing?
You were told not to ask questions.
But...
Dr. Lanyon, you performed this service to your friend, Dr. Jekyll. Now, will you allow me to take this mixture and leave?
No, not until you explain your connection with Henry Jekyll.
My connection? Isn't it enough you befriended him? Doesn't friendship mean anything to you?
Of course it does.
Then put this down to friendship and forget the rest.
No. Mr. Hyde, I have a gun. I will not hesitate to use it unless you tell me at once what has happened to Dr. Jekyll and what hold you have over him.
All right. You asked for it. Watch. Watch while I drink.
Good heavens. Henry Jekyll.
Yes, Lanyon. Now you know the truth. You were right. I shouldn't have meddled. I thought I could rid myself of evil. Afterward, when I found I couldn't, I thought I could control it, play with it. Indulge myself for a time by allowing the baseness in me to have full play. It can't be done, Lanyon. A taste only gives us greater appetite until soon it controls us. Oh, forgive me, Lanyon. Forgive me.
With these words, Jekyll turned, and before Lanyon could stop him, he left the rooms and ran out into the street. He wandered aimlessly, not knowing where he was going or why. But some inexplicable force drew him toward Sir Danvers' home. Elizabeth was there. Elizabeth who loved him and would understand. The one remaining spark of good within him. His footsteps hastened as he turned into the drive. But then... his face contorted. He coughed and choked. He fell to the ground and writhed in agony as the terrible Mr. Hyde again took possession of him. When he arose, he'd forgotten why he had come. He only knew that someone in that house was his enemy. He replaced his hat on his head and took his walking stick, Jekyll's stick that Lanyon had given him, and walked up the drive as another man approached from the house. It was Elizabeth's father, Sir Danvers. This was his enemy, the man he had come to kill. Sir Danvers came closer as Mr. Hyde moved into the shadows and waited. Then, with the fury of a wild animal, he struck. Again and again, he brought the cane down upon the helpless old man. Sir Danvers struggled and tried to rise. The servants and his daughter in the house heard the screams and ran out to save him. Then Mr. Hyde dropped the walking stick that had become a lethal weapon and fled.
sorry to trouble you, Miss Carew. I must ask a few questions.
Inspector, I'm Dr. Lanyon. Elizabeth shouldn't be questioned now, but I think I can help you. That cane you have there, are you quite certain it was found at the scene of the crime?
It's the weapon, all right, sir. No question about it.
Then if you'll come with me, I think I can lead you to the man you're looking for.
Once again, the living personification of evil found itself hunted and chased. It ran like an animal. But deep within the consciousness of Mr. Hyde, Dr. Jekyll struggled for existence, telling him to seek the drug that had now become his only hope, his one chance of changing back into his normal form. He fought inwardly with the spirit of evil called Mr. Hyde, and after minutes that seemed like hours, found himself in his laboratory, just as the police, led by Lanyon, arrived at the locked door.
Jekyll, open the door. We know you're there. Open up.
Powder, drug.
No use, Inspector. You'll have to break the door down.
He's dead. He killed himself. But Dr. Lanyon, I thought you said... That isn't Henry Jekyll.
No, Inspector, but that's your murderer. The man who killed Sir Danvers and committed those other crimes and now has murdered Dr. Jekyll.
Dr. Jekyll?
Yes. Look, Inspector. Look what's happening to the body of the man on the floor.
There in front of their eyes, the monster that had usurped and controlled the body of Henry Jekyll disappeared in death. Slowly, the ugly features of Hyde changed, and the calm, pleasant countenance of Dr. Jekyll returned. Dr. Jekyll's question was finally answered. As a matter of fact, he had answered it himself that night in Lanyon's room.
You were right, Lanyon. I shouldn't have meddled. I thought I could control evil, play with it, indulge myself for a time by allowing the baseness in me to have full play. Can't be done, Lanyon. The taste gives us only greater appetite. Soon it controls us. Oh, forgive me, Lanyon. Forgive me.
The story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was brought to you by the United States Armed Forces Radio Service from the bookshelf of the world. Do you know that it takes the fastest player in baseball to circle the bases in 13 8/10 seconds? You know it doesn't take that much time or speed to sign up for a USAFI correspondence course if you contact your information and education officer right away. The Bookshelf of the World was a presentation of the United States Armed Forces Radio Service, the voice of information and education.